West Virginia High School.
It all started with
East Hardy with the basketball. 5-4 lead for the Cougars. It's a good baseball teams down through the years. Played for a state football championship at Wheeling Island Stadium. Good volleyball. That's a lot of teams down through the years coming to Charleston for the state basketball tournament. Ball out of bounds. Going to be East Hardy's basketball here.
Good job by Joseph Price securing that rebound to give second chance for the Cougars.
Down low, too strong there for Gideon Good. Here's Teets again. Rifles, can't get it to go, and the ball out of bounds. It will be Clay-Battelle's basketball.
Got some early battling for the boards. Both teams trying to get used to this depth perception issue. It's always a case here in Charleston.
Jordan Teets in this state tournament without his older brother, J.W. We were here a season ago, so the foul going to be whistled on Evan Hamilton. That will be his first, joined out there by twin brother Mason. And they bring such great chemistry to this team. According to Chris Hahn, open for the three, and knocking it down is Cooper Payton.
His good shot and rhythm there, that was, Mark.
His 43rd three-pointer of the season. Evan Hamilton can't get it to drop. 7-5 game taken away by Mason Hamilton, taken back by Braden Ponseroff. And a whistle and a foul.
You can steal one, I can steal it right back from you.
So the foul will be charged to Mason Hamilton. His first, team foul number 2 on the Cougars. Ponseroff open again. This one hits the side of the iron for Payton. Rebound, Luzader, and then coming through down the middle of the lane after he had missed the three. And how about Payton?
Yeah, Payton pretty active. He's been on the boards. He's out there on the wing. Good crash there off the miss. That's the way to follow your shot.
9-5 game, and driving, getting double teamed is Hamilton, and he will be fouled, and that's going to be on Cooper Payton, and he has 2 here early on, and that will force Josh Kisner to make a switch here with 2:12 to go in this opening quarter of play, and Corey Cohen will check in, the 5'5 sophomore.
Yeah, they give up a little bit in the height division, bringing in Cohen.
Good, keeps it active there for the Cougars, but can't get the shot to drop.
Good's had some good looks inside. He just hasn't been able to get the ball to drop for him yet.
Luzader drives and scores. He has 4 in the game. Well, Cohen checked in. Should mention his mom, Kim, is the sports medicine director for Clay-Battelle's athletic programs, keeping the CBs healthy. A block here by Luzader, and I think we're going to have a held ball that's going to go in the direction of the CBs.
Good lesson in verticality here. You see the shot up. That was the jump stop earlier from Luzader.
Luzader getting his 32nd block of the season there, and then a block by Gideon Good here on the CB end of the floor.
See a good block there out of bounds. Nice job there by the sophomore.
Here's a takeaway by Evan Hamilton racing down the floor, and he will score. Thought Luzader did a nice job there defensively to just back off.
Yeah, just stay off of that when there's no reason to get an early foul on you. You got to do a little better job of passing, a little crisper passing.
You know, Luzader, he's very, very talented, but I'm not sure he's faster than Hamilton was going to catch up with him anyway. All right, he misses the shot now. Here's a Corner shot that goes for Evan Hamilton. Evan Hamilton has 8 here in this opening quarter. He has 8 of his team's 10. 1-point game. CB's with the ball. Pulling up from the free throw line, and Josiah Morgan. That one was short. Now here comes East Hardy looking to have the lead before this quarter ends. Hamilton nailing a third 3 to make it a 13-11 lead. CB's with a stab at it here before this quarter comes to a close. And winding down, forcing it up, and nearly getting it to go is Morgan. Good first quarter of play. East Hardy, Hamilton, the hot hand, and the Cougars with the 13-11 lead after one here on the NFHS Network. 13 in the opening quarter. Peyton Cooper had 5 for Clay-Battelle. Preston Luzader had 4. Braden Ponceroff had 2. The other 2 for East Hardy, produced by Jordan Teets. Pretty good first quarter, Jim.
Yeah, pretty smooth. Both teams a little nervous in terms of their getting their shots to fall.
Well, Teets, he's been here before. He's not too nervous now. He's settled in. And another 3, 4 threes now for East Hardy. Jordan Teets, 1,000-point scorer, big, strong, good defender, can just do it all for Chris Hahn's crew. Been a fixture in that program for 4 seasons. And what a place to finish it all off. And, well, again, he came down here and he wanted to put this East Hardy team into advancement, and another 3 for Jordan Teet. K-Plan, Affinity Coal Company in Sophia, West Virginia. How about the 3-point shooting by East Hardy, Jim?
Yeah, starting out, Teets missed his first one, but he's made amends for that, burying his last 2.
So the CB is going to rely on Luzader. He can pop those from the outside. Could not get that one to drop. He's made 14 on the season. Stephen Robinson will give us the foul call here on East Hardy, going to go against Gideon Good. That's his first. Checking in to the lineup for Clay-Battelle is Cooper Payton, who's out with 2 fouls, so he's back in. He replaces Joshua Wilson, who was out there, 5'8" junior, who Josh Kisner calls the hardest working kid on the team. Luzader could not get it to go off of the CBs, and the Cougars will have the basketball.
I was wondering when Josh Kisner was going to put Peyton back in with the 2 fouls.
East Hardy defeated Clay-Battelle 56-47 back on January 28th. A game played in Blacksville.
Yeah, kind of in the middle of the season mark. They've grown a lot since then, matured and learned more.
Forcing up the shot, could not get it to go there was Evan Hamilton. Clay-Battelle on the offensive end now and on the move and swatting it out of there. I thought Gideon Good was going to knock it over here to me. He was heading in that direction. And I'll tell you what, Gideon Good, 6'6" sophomore. Put some meat on that young man's frame, and he's going to be something else. Shot wouldn't go there for Joseph Price. So CBs need a bucket here, Jim.
Yeah, they've been cold here the last few minutes of the game. I really am impressed with Good's timing off of those blocks.
Ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Clay-Battelle. Another look at the block there by Good. And it was a good one.
It was a good one. He timed it right. He does a good job of timing these blocks. I believe he's already got 2 or 3 in the game.
Braden Ponceroff zipping in the pass, getting it out front to Cooper Payton. Here's Luzader. Good defense there by East Hardy, and coming up with it, Mason Hamilton gets it over to his brother. His shot won't drop. Evan has 3 threes in the game. Ponceroff driving, zips the pass over on the near side to Corey Cohen. Cohen's shot off the mark. Cougars back to work And getting loose downfield is Price. And Price will get the bucket and draw the foul.
Yeah, good outlet pass there. He saw that little bit of a spacing. You saw the flick there from Hamilton to Price, and then the finish.
And I did not misspeak because that was like a football play. Downfield. It looked like downfield. Price converts.
Yeah, if CBs need one, it's here, Mark. But this game here, they haven't dented the scoreboard in the quarter.
Another swipe. Jordan Teets holds up and couldn't get it to go. Ponsaroff did just enough to kind of get him off stride there as he drove in for the bucket. It will be East Hardy's basketball. Get a good look there at 16th year head coach Chris Hahn, a 1998 East Hardy graduate. He was a football, basketball, and baseball player for the Cougars. Loves coaching this program. You love it. Jim, see a lot of coaches in this state tournament, and they are guiding the place where they once performed. And speaking of performing, how about Teets? A third three-pointer of this quarter. He has 11 in the game, and East Hardy building up a 14-point advantage here. From the outside, launching. Peyton can't get it to go. Back up with it is Brock White, and out of there with it comes Gideon Good. Nice feed down low there, and good job by Joseph Price. Price managed to hang on to it, and then Price sends it out to Teets, and Teets guns it in. 7 threes in this opening half for East Hardy. Gideon Good. When you think about what's happening here, Jim, and Gideon Good definitely making a difference.
Yeah, he is just an enforcer around the rim. They just can't get any shots off. I mean, I think he's got 7 blocks this first half, Mark.
Luzader inside, driving and knocking it off the glass and putting it in. First bucket of this quarter for Clay-Battelle. Luzader will go to the line, 81% free throw shooter. Foul was on Gideon Good, his second. Heading out for Clay-Battelle is Corey Cohen. Checking in, Josiah Morgan.
Yeah, you saw their good strong move there by Luzader, and you definitely know that Chris Hahn does not want Gideon Good to get in any foul trouble, so he's bringing him over there on the bench with him. Want to talk to him a little bit. An outstanding first half for him.
Luzader has 7 points, a rebound, and a block here. On the move, driving, unable to get that one to go through is Evan Hamilton. And the CBs, another opportunity here after they get a stop. Whittled away at this double-digit deficit.
Now they don't have the enforcer inside, so they're going to have a height advantage.
That's going to stay with the CBs and Braden Ponsaroff.
Teets had a little conversation there with the official, had his foot on the out-of-bounds line.
Shot fired from the corner, in and out for Morgan. Luzader gets the loose ball, puts it back up and in.
Right place at right time, Mark, off of that loose ball.
Aubrey McCullough has checked into the game for East Hardy, 5'9", sophomore. Wears number 24 for Chris Hahn's Cougars, who enter here with 10 in a row. And last loss coming against Petersburg. So all the numbers on Luzader now at 9 for the contest.
Yeah, East Hardy just going to run some motion, take a little bit of clock, kind of change the tempo a little bit. For one reason, they don't have their enforcer inside and Gideon Good, so they're just going to play that 3-man weave out front until they get something that they can attack off of.
Evan Hamilton, Mason Hamilton, Jordan Teets, Aubrey McCullough, and Joseph Price on the floor for East Hardy. Braden Ponceroff, Cooper Payton, Preston Luzader, Brock White out there for this Clay-Battelle basketball team, Josiah Morgan.
And one way to cool off a team that's scored the last couple of buckets, just hang on to the ball.
Driving and pulling out. This is Mason Hamilton. There's a pass into the hands of Evan Hamilton. Aubrey McCullough.
And neither team really in any bonus situation, Mark. So anything that happens from that point, I mean, here's a wide open shot.
And that will be short. So another opportunity here for the CBs. So all the chiseling down, but they come up empty on the attempt, and now Clay-Battelle, bouncer to Luzader, a little too strong, and that's going to be gathered up there by Evan Hamilton, who will lay it in. Hamilton now with 13 in the game, so they carved off nearly 2 minutes there and did not score. So at the free throw line for the CBs, Payton puts it up, and foul is on Aubrey McCullough, his first. McCullough, the 5'9" sophomore. So Payton here with 5 points in the game, 66% free throw shooter. Started as a sophomore, really has worked on his game, really has a great understanding of the game, according to head coach Josh Kisner. Josh Kisner says one of the great things about coaching at Clay-Battelle, you come into a home game and you see all the players from the past he's coached there. We got a little meet and greet with.
Yeah, we did. Hello, welcome to the show, fellas.
Clay-Battelle's Josiah Morgan. Took out our monitor, took out our iPad, but I think we're back up and running here. So East Hardy looking for the last crack here offensively, and Teets will put it up, won't go. Rebound by Price, won't drop through. And that will do it. A 14-point lead for Clay-Battelle as we have played our first half of basketball on day number 3 here at halftime, guided by the great Richard Williams, the one-time head football coach at Huntington High School. This West Virginia High School Boys State Basketball Tournament is under the supervision of the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission. David Price is the executive director. Assistants are Wayne Ryan, Dr. Cindy Daniel, Dan Comer. Adam Zundel is the media coordinator. State Tournament Director Art Petito, Greg Bunnell, Steve Lowe are the assistants, along with Fred McPherson. The executive producer of today's State Tournament live stream is Butch Mounts. Ryan Shepard, our producer-director. 30-16 here at the break. East Hardy outscoring Clay-Battelle 13-11 in the first quarter, and then jumped that up to 17-5 in the second quarter. Biggest lead, 17. Game was never tied. 3 lead changes in this first half of action. Clay-Battelle has won the paint battle 12-6. Points off turnovers, East Hardy 7-2. Second chance points 6-4 in favor of East Hardy. Fast break points a 6-0 edge for the Cougars. We'll come back and look at individual numbers as we look at the team stats. And East Hardy 33% and 7 threes, Jim.
Yeah, they were filling it up. I'm sure Coach Hahn probably thought, I'd like to see a little better percentage off of the field, but he's certainly not going to complain with that 7 for 12 from behind the arc.
And 7 turnovers certainly has not helped Clay-Battelle's cause here in this first half of action. We'll come back and we'll look at individuals' numbers here from this first half between East Hardy and Clay-Battelle. Cougars on top at the break, 30-16. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 2025 West. East Hardy on top of Clay-Battelle by a count of 30-16. East Hardy, the number 3 seed. Clay-Battelle is the number 6 seed. Later today in Class Single A action, the 1 o'clock game will feature the number 2 seed Tucker County against the number 7 seed Magnolia. Then at 5:30 tonight, Tug Valley and Montcalm will get together. Tug Valley, the defending champs, the number 1 seed. Montcalm into the state tournament for the first time since 1978. The nightcap will be number 4 Greater Beckley Christian against number 5 Huntington St. Joe. And then we have the AA semis today. Coming up, we've got Wheeling Central Westside. Later tonight, Williamstown and Wyoming East. And then we'll have another set of semifinal action all day tomorrow in Quad A, Triple A, and in Single A. We'll come back and we will have our second half for you as they continue to go through a massive workout here on the court at the Charleston Coliseum and Convention Center. Village Magic entertaining the folks here early on. You're watching live streaming coverage of the 2025 West Virginia High School Boys State Basketball Tournament on the NFHS. In this first half of action for East Hardy, Jordan Teets, the 1,000-point scorer coming in, averaging 24 a game. Off to Iowa State when his high school basketball career is over to play golf. Teets with 14 points. He nailed 4 3-pointers as East Hardy knocked down 7. And 13 points for Evan Hamilton. He had 3 3-pointers for the Cougars. And 3 points in the game for Joseph Price. Meanwhile, for Clay-Battelle, they got 9 points from Preston Luzader, 5 from Cooper Payton, and 2 from Braden Ponceroff. So each team, Jim, had 3 players score.
Yeah, that's kind of, the way the balance has been going. But I'll tell you what, really, I think one of the big differences, Clay-Battelle not being able to get the ball inside with any success because of Gideon Good. 8 blocks in that first half, Mark.
Yeah, Gideon Good has been exceptional for East Hardy, a 6'6" sophomore. That is a double-double about all the time, and he might have a triple-double before this one is over, the way he's been playing. So the CBs had the basketball first, a chance to kind of whittle things down here, and going to be a held ball, and that's going to go over to East Hardy. So not the way Josh Kisner wanted to see things begin.
Certainly not the way he scripted it when he's coming out of that locker room at halftime.
Josh Kisner, graduate of East Fairmont High School, went to Fairmont State, still lives in the friendly city of Fairmont. Fairmont senior going to play in a semi tomorrow against Bridgeport. Those two get together once again. They have met up 3 times this season. Bridgeport's won all of those meetings. Tomorrow's winner will head to the state championship. Here is Teets with the nice little release. Teets couldn't get it to go, but getting good, fired up one, and his won't fall. So now the CB's back on the attack. They average 60 a game. East Hardy very stingy on the defensive side at 42 a game.
They just haven't found a lot of success beyond the arc, Mark.
Well, that one goes right into the hands of Gideon Good. It was intended for Luzader, but they'll get Gideon Good on the foul there, and that will be his 3rd of the contest.
Yeah, you see Good there, he's where you say, well, he doesn't have any points. Yeah, he's got 7 rebounds. He also has 8 blocks in the contest. But he does have 3 fouls, Mark, and they've kept him in the game. I thought that's kind of interesting decision there early from Chris Hahn in this 3rd quarter.
Again, advanced to the semis season ago. East Hardy High School, not too far from beautiful Seneca Rocks. Down low, and getting it to go is Braden Ponceroff. Ponceroff now with 4 in the game, and a foul right here in front of us. Stephen Robinson whistling Josiah Morgan with the foul. That's his first.
And you see the quickness there of Evan Hamilton, just how fast he can get down the court. They couldn't even cut off the sideline on him, and they were trying to trap him right past the timeline.
Cougars with the basketball and the 30-18 lead. You know, if you're Josh Kisner, you think, okay, we got to get some stops. We saw East Hardy there in that second quarter. They whittled almost 2 minutes off the clock. Then they'll go for the best shot, driving in and nearly getting that to fall. Thought it was going to go through. Evan Hamilton, he darted to the hoop and gets fouled by the CB's Brock White.
Yeah, Coach Kistner was imploring for a 5-second count.
Shot is up. Hamilton delivers both free throws. Hamilton, excellent free throw shooter, and ups his totals in this game now to 13. 32-18 game. Braden Ponceroff. Driving in. Ball was loose. Foul is called as Morgan driving that baseline, and he gets fouled by Jordan Teets. That is Jordan Teets' first. Team foul number 2 here on the Cougs here in this third quarter of action. Cooper Payton couldn't get his three-point attempt to drop through there. You see the 44 logo circled there on the court in honor of the late, great Jerry West, who passed away last June. Jerry West was a part of this state tournament when he was a high school performer at East Bank. Clay-Battelle just unable to knock down threes in this game, just 1 of 10. Meanwhile, it's been a three-point shooting parade for East Hardy with 7.
Completely opposite. Nice drop.
Ponceroff now with 6 in the game, 4 coming here in this third quarter. Jordan Teets on the move, and the ball taken away there. One of the 2 best players on the floor, top scorers of each team coming in and battling there for the ball. And then East Hardy takes it right back. Evan Hamilton, and swatted away by Braden Ponceroff.
Ponceroff, good timing on that one. Evan Hamilton had been taking it pretty strong to the rack.
Well, he got that steal. He had 100 steals this season, 100 deflections. He has that shot deflected. Trying to make up for it there with a three-pointer. Hits the front of the rim. So a 32-20 game opportunity here now, Jim, for the CBs to maybe get it to 10. Who knows, maybe 9. Well, instead that'll work as they feed it nicely inside to Brock White. White averaging 2.5 a game. All-state cross-country runner and a 4.0 student. Does a great job inside. He got that bucket, but inside for the Cougars will be Joseph Price, the 5'11 junior. Just a workhorse, just does all the little things, according to Chris Hahn. 34-22, 12-point advantage, and right into the hands of Evan Hamilton. It's easy to see how that young man came up with over 100 steals on the season. Breaking the action here, East Hardy 34, Clay-Battelle 22 on the NFL. Clay-Battelle, formed in 1939. Daybrook, Core, Blacksville, Wadetown high schools. That was one of the earlier consolidations in the state of West Virginia. Matthias and Wardensville formed East Hardy High School in the late 70s. East Hardy with the lead here, 34-22, under 16th year head man Chris Hahn. Josh Kisner, outstanding head coach for Clay-Battelle, and these teams trying to get to the semis here in Charleston. We have a whistle and a foul, and that's going to go on Cooper Payton. That will be Payton's third of the basketball game. Nice job down low. Bucket good for Gideon Good. See Payton's numbers there, and Gideon Good, it's his first bucket of the game.
Good feed there by Jordan Teets. He got defenders to commit to him. He saw the open man on the low block. Good 2 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Yeah, that's 8 blocks, and that is not a typo.
Here's the CBs trying to make some noise here. Got a bucket now. And then they throw the basketball away. Josh Kisner thought it might be off of East Hardy. Coach Kisner in his 14th season as the head coach. Closing in on, not going too long, he'll get 200. Here 170 at the moment, 165. Looking for 166 here today. Love to get to 168. That means he's going to win a state championship.
Absolutely.
36-24, our score. And a shot from the outside. Boy, Teets is, or Hamilton, a beauty.
A really pretty stroke on that three-pointer.
39-24, Luzader can't get it to go. And up with it come the Cougars.
Hamilton 18 points, 4 of 9 and a rebound. At 4 of 9 coming from beyond the arc.
Going to be a held ball here. It will, we're going to have a foul called here. And it'll go against Mason Hamilton. That'll be his second.
And they probably
number 3.
Excuse me, Mark. Probably won't have a hard time distinguishing between the Hamilton brothers. One of them's got some knee braces on. So there's a distinguishing mark with Mason as opposed to Evan.
Mason trying to go for a steal there. Driving and can't get it to drop is Cooper Payton. And we have a whistle down below. 39-24 game here with 1:12 to go. Mason Hamilton has 3 fouls now in the game. 14 fouls on the Cougars. Inbound situation here. Poncharoff getting it in to Cooper Payton. CB's down 15, launching from the corner, in and out for Josiah Morgan, getting in good with the snag there off the miss. Under a minute to play here in this third quarter. First of 6 games today here in Charleston. And our first Class Single A quarterfinal showdown of the tournament. Going to have a whistle and a foul against East Hardy. Gideon Good now with his 4th of the basketball game. And that will be team foul number 5. Braden Gregory, 6-foot senior. Had a knee issue this season. Came back strong from football a year ago and 20 points in a game this season against Pendleton County. He is a guy that can certainly produce in a lot of different ways. Shot off the mark and won't go for the CBs. And back comes East Hardy.
You know, in that previous foul on Gideon Good, Mark, you can set picks if you're stationary. You can't run up like you're blindside blocking a kid on the court. And that's what cost him some time on the pine right now.
15-point lead, drive, and scoring. Evan Hamilton, acrobatic to make it 41-24. CB's little time remaining, and the heave, and that one will be short, but boy, it did have a good look to it as Cooper Payton released it. 41-24, East Hardy in the lead. Away we go to the fourth quarter here in Charleston. Hamilton and East Hardy with a command. Hamilton 20 points. Jordan Teets has 14 for the Cougars of East Hardy. Joseph Price has 5. Getting good has scored 2 points. Leader for Clay-Battelle, Preston Luzader with 11. East Hardy with the basketball, this big lead, and they have the chance to add to it. Going to be a foul called. Down on the deck was Evan Hamilton. So it will be inbounds pass here from Jordan Teets. Foul whistled on number 3, Braden Pontroff. That's his second of the game. Here's Teets open for a 3. Couldn't get it to go. Follows. Shot blocked there by Brock White. Brock with the block for the CBs. Jim, do you realize that East Hardy was formed? See that block there by Brock White. The year we graduated from high school.
I think
it opened in the fall of 1979. We had graduated that spring in '79. That's when East Hardy became a high school. So
we're off to our respective colleges.
We can celebrate with East Hardy each year.
The Cougars, the Devils, and the Vikings.
All right, CBs coming up empty there. Well, they cannot afford too many more of those possessions, Jim. Climb back into this thing.
Yeah, especially, there's Teets there with 14 points, 5 of 14, 4 for 7 from behind the arc. He is filling it up.
Another foul called on the CBs, and Brock White commits his second. Foul number 2 on the CBs.
We saw earlier in this game, Mark, East Hardy very deliberate with their offense, deciding to attack only when absolutely necessary or the shot's so wide open you just can't pass it up. Doing a lot of this without Gideon Good out on the floor, their big defender in the inside.
Good on the bench at the moment with 4. Nice little dish there, and unable to get it to fall through there. Joseph Price following that beauty of a pass from Mason Hamilton. So the CBs will take over offensively here and got to knock down some shots here. They have just 1 3 in the basketball game.
Yeah, a lot of unselfishness there from Hamilton.
They whittled 50 off the clock. Drive by Ponsaroff. He has now 8 in the contest.
It's going to be really difficult to press this team with the Hamilton brothers. They are very quick with the ball, and they're very strong with the ball.
Driving, missing is Mason Hamilton. Cougars get it back. Teets can't get it to drop. Luzader with the rebound. Spinning and putting up the shot is Poncharoff. And he'll be fouled with 5:37 to go in the basketball game. Aubrey McCullough commits his second foul.
And Poncharoff spun around to his right, spun around to his left, was able to draw the foul there.
Braden Poncharoff missing the shot. Poncharoff second, won't drop there, and then a foul going to be called here It'll stay with the CBs. Poncharoff drawing the foul and going to be charged to Evan Hamilton. That's his second.
Yeah, better than it be on Mason. Mason has 3 already.
Shot from the outside, three-pointer good, just the second of the game for Clay-Battelle. Josiah Morgan, his 29th of the season. It's his first basket of the game. Ball out of bounds, and it will go over to Clay-Battelle here. 5:19 to go, 41-29. Chris Hahn wants to talk it over. We break away here on the NFHS. Here for Clay-Battelle with 5:19 to go in the basketball game.
They still got Gideon Good parked over there on the bench, Mark, so Clay-Battelle feels like they have the ability to attack. And time's definitely not on their side. They're going to need to up the tempo a little bit here.
Into Luzader, trying to keep it alive and can't do so. A tough break there. Chance to get it to 10. Who knows? Maybe down to 9. Haven't seen single digits in a while. So meanwhile, the Cougars, Luzader and Teets battling there, and they'll get Luzader on the foul. And that is his first of the game. Young man maintains control, loves basketball, and well over 1,700 points now in his career. On the move, nice feed at the last second. Mason Hamilton to Aubrey McCullough, and McCullough has his first basket of the game. McCullough coming in, sophomore, 6.5 a game. Played a lot of JV this season. But just kept improving. Sometimes those kids, you take JV serious, and it's going to get you varsity minutes as Brock White will go to the line. McCullough commits the foul.
Yeah, that time in the gym and the time you play those games, those are important. People look at it like, you know, it doesn't really matter. It certainly matters to those kids and coaches and players.
Well, nothing like game action. White with the free throw, just the second here in the game. McCullough heads out. Gideon Good back into the contest. Well, White does his job there as he hits both free throws. He's a 43% free throw shooter, but nails both there. 12-point contest here as we approach the 4-minute mark of this fourth quarter. East Hardy trying to become the first Class Single A team to nail a spot in semifinal Friday in all of the quarterfinal round games on this Thursday. Semis tomorrow, championship will be on Saturday. The championship will be the fourth and final championship. Last weekend, Gilmer County wins the Single A girls title. Amy Chapman and her Titans, congratulations to them. Foul was on Braden Poncharoff, whose younger brother Dominic is a member of the team. 43-31 game. Last week you had Spring Valley winning Quad A, Wayne won Class AAA, Charleston Catholic AA, and again Gilmer County won Single A on the girls' side.
You're going to see a lot of takeaway here because East Hardy's not in any hurry to go to the basket unless it's a wide open layup. They'll run that weave.
Here's Teets going to get it into the hands of Mason Hamilton. His shot wouldn't go. Price was there to stick it back up. I think Price got poked in the eye, but going to have a whistle and a foul, and it will go against the Cougars and going to be charged there to Joseph Price, and that will be Price's first. So 3:08 to go here. CB's with the basketball, down 12.
Yeah, pretty fortunate that it wasn't called on Good there.
Another whistle and foul. They knocked off 1:15 on the game clock in that last offensive possession. So it will be a foul on Mason Hamilton. That will be his 4th and his team foul number 5 on the Cougars here in the quarter. And at the line is Braden Ponceroff, and Ponceroff off target on his first free throw attempt. Ponceroff can't get the second to go either. Just a coach's dream, according to Josh Kisner. And they'll have him back next season, just a junior, hoping to have him back tomorrow on Friday for a semifinal game. At time elapsing here for the Seabees. In trouble down low there, but then getting it into the hands of Price. Good job by Mason Hamilton. He was in no man's land there, but got it to Price, and Price has 7 in the game.
Had 3 defenders around him, was able to find the open man.
45-31 game, and going to have a foul called, and it will go against Brock White. Picks up his 3rd offensive foul, 2.5 remaining.
And moving screen there, very unfortunate possession there for the CBs.
White with 13 rebounds in the game for Clay-Battelle. So Josiah Morgan picks up his 2nd personal foul, sending Mason Hamilton to the line. And Mason Hamilton knocks in the free throw, and that is his 1st point of the basketball game. Just great chemistry with his brother Evan out there on the court. The 2 juniors missed some significant time this season due to an injury, and when he came back, Chris Hahn said, Jim, we're a different team.
Oh, they play like a different team because they're a difficult team to press when you have those 2 quick guards like that.
Lou Zader could not get the shot to fall. And the foul going to be charged to Jordan Teets. That will be his 2nd of the game. So that will have White at the line. Brock White, you're an all-stater. You know you can run for days out on the court.
Yeah, he's not going to get tired. We know that. Here's another one doesn't get tired. Evan Hamilton, he's just all over the place. They're very smart with the ball. They can see the whole court. They handle the ball very well. Of course, I say that right on cue as Mason has a miscue there on the sideline, close to the bench.
Ball out of bounds, and Clay-Battelle goes back to work here, 47-32. They trail. Keep it with the CBs. Game coming up, our first semifinal of the tournament. It will be in Class AA, and it will feature Wheeling Central up against Westside. Look forward to that matchup. Mel Stevens' Wheeling Central Maroon Knights and the Renegades from Westside, guided by Nick Cook. Jordan Teets down the floor and putting it into the hands of Joseph Price. Price will score it. Price now with 9 in the game. Shot up, loose ball. Here comes Josiah Morgan. Trying to get something going here. Time winding down, another steal. Mason Hamilton will miss the shot, but a foul was called. 2-shot foul here for Mason Hamilton with 53 seconds remaining.
Wasn't sure he was going to take that coast-to-coast mark. He decided to go ahead and take it on in. Nice, strong move. Fouled there by Peyton, his 4th.
Up and in for Mason Hamilton. So 3 in the game now for Hamilton, all from the stripe. Chris Hahn going to make some substitutions here for the CBs. Braden Gregory will check back into the game. Jaden Edwards, number 3, going to check in. He's a senior, 5'9". Aubrey McCullough is back in the contest. And Trevor Roof, number 5, in there for East Hardy as Hamilton connects 51-32. Joshua Wilson out there for the CBs, number 35. Caden Moats, number 30. Dominic Ponceroff, number 22, has checked in now. Corey Cohen's back in the game for the CBs. And Caleb Snodgrass, number 12, is in and entering the game for East Hardy. And they just inserted, let's see, number 11, Simon Combs, who has the basketball. Freshman going to send it into the hands of Roof. Roof puts up the shot, can't get it to drop. Joshua Wilson snags the rebound for the CBs. 51-32 game. Here comes Dominic Ponceroff down the floor. He can't get it to go. Ball is loose, scrambling for it. And coming away with it for East Hardy is Roof. Braden Gregory through some traffic there, and ahead of the pack, Dominic Ponceroff. And Ponceroff, the young sophomore, lays it in as time expires. And that makes our final 51-34. East Hardy advancing here in this Class Single A quarterfinal round showdown. We'll come back to dinner where East Hardy has defeated Clay-Battelle 51-34 in this Class Single A quarterfinal round game at the 2025 West Virginia High School Boys State Basketball Tournament. With the victory, East Hardy now 20-5. Clay-Battelle's great season ends at 18-7. So with this win, East Hardy moves on. We'll get the Tucker County Magnolia winner tomorrow in a semifinal game. Tucker County and Magnolia set to play at 1 o'clock. Looking at the stats from this one, East Hardy shot lights out from the three-point line, nailed 3, nailed 8, only 2 for Clay-Battelle. 16 turnovers by the CBs. East Hardy wins it. They get 20 from Evan Hamilton, 14 from Jordan Teets. Preston Luzader's great career at Clay-Battelle comes to an end with 11. Jim, thoughts on this one?
Yeah, just excellent shooting from beyond the arc and the foul line for the Cougars of East Hardy. Just couldn't find the ball at the bottom of the net for the CBs. One point of note here, 13 block shots for East Hardy. That's a new single A record mark. They broke the record set by Bishop Donahue back in 07 against Tucker when they had 12 as a team in a single game.
All right, the Renegades from West Side, the Maroon Knights from Wheeling Central getting set to do battle here in our first semifinal game of the tournament, and that is in Class AA. Today's game here on the NFHS Network was produced by Video Productions in conjunction with the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission. Butch Mountain